Welcome to the Ticket Demo Series. In today's presentation, we're going to highlight and work through a feature in Ticket we call Lifecycles. And Lifecycles allows for us to elevate the ticket experience and provide workflows and governance around business processes you may have in your business, such as software requests, or hardware requests, our new hire processes. And a lifecycle can be associated with any ticket. It can be associated with any business process. And it allows for us to also capture information around that process to fulfill that request. So maybe for a new hire process, you need the first name and the last name and the department. We can bundle that all together and allow for that to move throughout the business in a governed way. We're going to walk through how we initiate a ticket that kicks off a new hire process, which will have a life cycle. And we're going to work through that from the end user all the way through the agent experience and get a feel for how a life cycle works in Ticket. So in today's presentation, we have Adele on the left-hand side. She is my end user in the business. And we have Diego on the right-hand side. He's my agent in the business. Adele will be creating this new hire process, and Diego and team will be receiving it and moving it through the different phases as this new hire goes from approval to provisioning phase. So Adele will go over Ticket Virtual Agent, and she'll initiate a new hire process. So maybe she types, I need to hire an employee. Ticket Virtual Agent will search my knowledge engine and bring back the new hire form. This is the information my business needs to be able to fulfill a new hire. And we're going to fill that out. Start date, we'll do today because that's how it usually works, hiring on the same day that you submit. Now, when we submit this request, a couple of things are going to happen. A ticket's going to be created, and then we're going to elevate that ticket by attaching a life cycle to it, capturing that information from that form, and then moving it through the business. On the right-hand side here is that this ticket 1519, was dropped into the HR team support channel because it was assigned to HR. At least in my business, all new hire processes are managed by HR. There's a bunch of cross-departmental activities across different phases to fulfill this request, and there's responsibilities in IT and facilities and HR, but the overall business process is owned by HR. You'll see this ticket has a couple of interesting things on it. One, we know we're in phase one, and we're currently in the approval phase. And this approval phase needs to finish before we can go to the next phase, which is, in my environment, it's creating some accounts of provisioning phase. Just for reference as well, all the questions and answers that were asked of the end user here are brought over to the ticket, both in Teams and in the web, which we'll see in a little bit. But here are those custom form answers here. Now, you'll also see that in this first phase for the approval, Adele's been made aware that to move her new hire forward, an approval needs to happen. And just for the containerization of a presentation, I've also made Diego one of the approvers. So what you'll see here, Diego has been sent an approval through Ticket Virtual Agent. Here's that new hire, Ticket 1519. And he has the opportunity to approve that, which we'll go ahead and do just so we can see how that feels. So we'll approve Ticket 1519, or this phase at least, for the new hire. He'll be made aware that's been approved. Adele will be made aware that's been approved. And now it's moving to the next phase of the process. Now, to highlight this and to show a different experience, we're going to bring you into the web for the agent to take a look at this life cycle and how the team and Diego can work through the ticket itself. Move there. Okay, so we'll drop over to the ticket agent portal and we will take a look at Ticket 1519. So Ticket 1519 is here. You can see that this is the life cycle of the new hire process. And we're currently on the account provisioning phase, which is phase 2 here, because I approved that ticket. So if I open up Ticket 1519, get a little bit of a different visual, but you'll see here that Ticket 1519 has that life cycle. We also have all of the phases, all of the answers from the custom form that were provided during the creation. And you can see here that we're currently in phase 2, which is the account provisioning phase. Phase 1 was completed and approved. by Diego. I'm logged in, so it's me. And then phase 2 is what's being kicked off here. So there's three tasks here that need to finish before we can move to phase 3, which is the hardware provisioning phase. Quick sidebar, you can hook up Power Automate to a phase and a task to have Power Automate complete some of these. So some of these might be manual, like setting up an ERP account. But if you want to Power Automate to pick up this task and send it over, create the account and bring back and complete this task, you have the ability to do that here. Now, these phases have approvals and tasks in them. And in phase 2, there's 3 tasks. There's an Azure AD account, set up Teams access, and set up ERP account. Now, Diego can look at a ticket and see the phases and see who's assigned to those tasks and make determinations on what needs to happen across this life cycle to move it forward. But he's also presented another visual, and that visual gives him an idea of what he's responsible for. So if I go over to my work here, what we'll see in my work here is a list of all tickets, tasks, and approvals that are assigned to Diego. And you'll see here that Diego is assigned the task to set up the Azure Active Directory account for ticket 1519. And if he clicks on that, he'll be brought into that ticket, be brought into that context of that task, and he can then complete that if he chooses to. Again, the idea here is that you can have any business process, a software request, a hardware request, a new hire process, have any amount of phases you want, 1 to 5 phases with tasks and approvals that provide governance around those processes and allow for this business process to be naturally managed throughout your business across different teams, across different departments, across different agents and end users to complete whatever process that may be, and in this case, a new hire. I want to thank you for watching today's presentation. And if you have any questions, please email team@tikit.ai. Thanks.